Actraiser, a game by Quintet published by Enix, currently owned obviously by Square Enix, and is on the Virtual Console. Original release, a Super Nintendo cart. Actraiser is a very interesting game, and if you really want a very in-depth review of it, I would suggest watch Clan of the Grey Wolf's review on it. This is a bit just... my reviews are more like my little talkies opinions of the game than an in-depth review, but anyway. I've always been interested in Actraiser, and I never really got around to getting my own copy until about last year. I've always known about it for a long time, but ironically, I've even played it before during the Super Nintendo age. When I went to our pawn shop around here, I saw it and tried it, and at the time I wasn't so open to a lot of games, and I just action thing, yeah. I was mostly just only in RPGs back then. I didn't have a lot of mixed tastes in that like I do now. But anyway, Actraiser was a really fun experience, and to be honest, I was surprised it wasn't harder than what I thought. And that's because the American version actually, according to what I understand, is the easiest version, while the Japanese version was a lot harder, and Europe kind of contained both, I believe, where you could choose between the Japanese and English difficulty, I think. And basically how it works is you have a platforming section in each area. You'll go through that. Your score identifies how many souls. Basically, like the world got killed and all the humans' souls were damned and shit. Basically, you reawaken and you kill the demons to recover lost souls. After you complete the action stage, you go to a real-time sim strategy style overhead where you try to help this you basically help rebuild humanity, getting cities built and taking care of the rest of the demons that still infest the land. And then after that, you get a major plot point where you again go and exterminate that land's source of evil, which would be a major boss. And you'll do this a few times, getting rewards along the way, powers and that. And it's not really very complicated to understand. It's pretty simple. Action, really. There's not a lot of difficulties. You just have your simple attacks, duck, jump. You don't got any special dodging skills, and you got one magic you can choose out of, I think there were 4, but I only found 3, or there might have been just only 3. Don't quite remember. But anyway, you'll do this a few times, and you'll get to the end where you basically have to refight a whole bunch of bosses you've already killed, along with a new boss who's the ultimate evil with 2 forms. And you want to save all the if you ever played Link's Adventure on NES, and people tell you don't pick any of those extra lives up until you get to the end, pick them all up. Well, save, pick them all up, and then go for the end. Well, that's basically what you want to do in Actraiser. Don't accept the magic and extra lives until you're at the end. Save and then gather them up and go for your chance for the end. Because your lives are always reset to 3 every time you restart a stage. Like, let's say you beat it with 5 lives and you go to the next stage, you're again back at 2. And that's really not a good use of your lives. But, problems? I would say that the idea of getting a higher score for a higher population in the game, it doesn't really quite explain that. And don't know if it does in the book, because I only have the cartridge. But the game itself doesn't really explain that. You're either expected to learn that, or the booklet might explain it. But as I said, don't got a booklet, so I wouldn't say there's really anything bad in the game. I say it's a good, varied. I like the sim idea is pretty good change to mix up the action. It keeps the game flow pretty nice, and adds a little socializing with the people requesting and asking for help with things. I wouldn't really say it's too difficult. It's pretty decent, at least the American cart. And you can get for about $10-15-ish on Amazon. Seems to be about the average price currently for the cart. Obviously more if you want more collector's value with box and booklet and that. I would highly recommend Actraiser if you're looking for an odd hybrid game, because I can't really say I've ever played anything like Actraiser, having a real-time simulator type gameplay and action, side-scrolling action. It's a pretty interesting idea, and it is really sad that they did not continue that in Actraiser 2, and made it extremely hard. Odds of me ever being that one are really low. But, first one, very good game, highly recommended. It's not very overall expensive. I would just say, be careful with, this is obviously a game you need, saving. So, you want to obviously make sure the battery is good in it, if you don't know how to change the battery. Which, I'm pretty sure you can find a lot of guides and videos that can help you with that. But, if you don't want to deal with that, if you want to make sure the battery is working, because obviously it sucks when you want to play the authentic cartridge and you can't save. I think that's pretty much all I really have to say. I did suck a lot in my Let's Play. I died a lot in that. Some deaths were on purpose to get the score higher, so I can get to as many souls as I can for each stage. But overall, it was enjoyable in that. And, yeah. That's pretty much it, really.